Hey guys, it's me Marty and welcome back to Glam with Marty. Today I have something I haven't done in a pretty long time, y'all. I have an eyeshadow palette review. So today I have, stay right there, the Laura Gellar, the Delectables Baked Eyeshadow Palette in Romance in Rose. So before we get to the test out, I do want to give you guys a couple of pieces of information about it. This is the Delectable Baked Eyeshadow Palette in Romance and Rose. This is not mine, I will be honest with y'all. This is from my mother. I don't usually buy baked eyeshadows. I have never used Laura Gellar eyeshadows before tonight. But the look I made, this is the look I made with it, and I think it came out pretty good. So I wanted to get you guys some price points real quick. I think she got this from Macy's, she told me. But this retails for $25. But they are currently on sale. I think still the Black Friday Cyber Week sale is still going on. So they are, at the time of shooting this, they are on sale right now, which is really good deals. I don't know why they're so cheap. I wonder if Laura Gellar not doing good. That's some really good deals. We are going to talk packaging, we are going to swatch, we are going to create a look, and this is the palette itself. So if you guys are interested to see what I think of this Laura Gellar palette, you can just keep on watching. Thanks. Okay guys, so I got y'all zoomed in so we can go ahead and start playing with the palette. I'm very excited. So let's take it out the box. We talked about packaging in the opening and we'll talk about it a little more in the end, but can we just have words for how beautiful this is? Look at that. Really, really pretty. And it's Laura Gellar, which I almost consider Laura Gellar a drugstore brand because I see it so much at like TJ Maxx and them. But it's technically, I guess, a prestige brand. I don't know. Let me get some clips. Let me put my little clips in and we'll talk about it in a minute. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just starting these videos. When I opened this palette the first time last night, the first thing I thought in my mind was, oh my gosh, Christmas. Because it's Romance and Rose or something in Rose. Romance and Rose, yeah, so it's all pinks, but the thing I like about it more than the pinks are the glitters. The shimmers on this thing are beautiful. So we're gonna stick mostly with shimmers on the lid, but I definitely want to create kind of bold, fun, holiday, Christmassy look. I'm taking my fluffy Bogache brush and I want to go into, okay, so we're gonna go with Ravel, which is this pretty, like, it's like a mauvey pink color, very pretty. And we're going to use that for our transition shade today. And then after that, I'm going to go straight into crease. And I want the crease to be darker today because I want a really bold kind of halo eye. So I want festive, I want fun, I want bold. And I usually don't do bold. And they have a mirror in here, which I'm happy about. I never personally use baked shadows. I feel like it's hard to get some payout on it sometimes. That candlelight, I cannot wait to get into that. All right, so for my transition shade, I'm just pulling it up into like right above the crease. Usually I apply it on the lid too, but today I have something different planned for the lid, so I'm not going to worry too much about dragging it into the lid. I'm just going to worry about bringing it into the crease. Really good. Not super crazy, like I don't feel like I'm going to mess it up, because sometimes like pigmented eyeshadows are a good thing, but if you get it wrong, and if you get it way wrong, it's really hard to come back from it in some palettes. So, you know, I try to be a little cautious, and you should too, because it's a little difficult sometimes. But hi, Lulu. What you doing, love bug? You want to come sit with mom? He comes in my room, y'all, the glam room, the office where I shoot, where I have my little studio and everything. He comes in here all the time, and he looks at me like, why are you in my room? And I keep telling him, this is not your room. This is my glam room. He just spends time in here when I'm in the bedroom, so teenagers. Okay, guys, so next we have, I want to use Tiffany. Brown shade right here. I want to use Tiffany. And I want to take that straight into the crease. But where I usually put a little bit, I want to put a good bit because I want it pretty dark. I really want our lid to pop. So I want a lot of, I want the crease to be pretty dark. Because in an effort to always try to get a natural look, sometimes I can do my eyeshadow where it almost blends away. And then you have like a hint of color, but you don't have the color. Tonight, I want you to see this color, if that makes sense. This is a nice little palette. I don't need any more palettes, so I don't want to, my mom always asks us what we want for Christmas. And I was watching YouTube in her room the other day, because if y'all don't know, we all live like 5 minutes away from each other, my sister, my mom, and I. What happens is we wind up by each other a lot. Like when we just get bored with each other's houses, you just go hang out over there. It's just a different house to be bored at, pretty much. But that's actually how we've always lived in our family. Yes, I was over there and I was watching a video and I was like, oh my God, this palette is so expensive. And she's like, well, do you want that for Christmas? And I was like, a Huda Beauty palette? Yes, I do want it for Christmas. So she was like, well, you'll know what you have already, but if you want that for Christmas, you can get it. Like, we always do full on Christmas, not just her buying us stuff. We go like above and beyond. Is my light about to go out on this ring light? But anyway, So she was like, you can get a palette if you want, and they were having the Black Friday sale. So I got the nudes and the Naughty Nudes palette because I wanted those for so long, but they are, Huda Beauty's products are like obesely expensive, and I hate that. So I haven't bought anything from her. I got the Rose Gold Remastered palette, and I love that one, but yeah, so it just is what it is. But I'll be getting the nudes and the Naughty Nudes palette for Christmas. But other than that, I don't need any more eyeshadow palettes. Tiffany is pretty, but that's the thing with baked shadows I don't like. It's taking me so long to build it up, but that is just the nature of a baked eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with this Shani buffer brush, and I don't know if this is gonna work. I've never tried this before, but I want to go into Baccara, which is this shade right here. It's the deepest shade in the palette, and I want to apply that right to the top of my crease, like right here, just so we can get a little more contrast. Oh, that's pigmented. Look at that. And something else that surprised me about this palette, I thought that baked shadows, I've never seen a matte baked shadow in my life. So when she was telling me about it, I was like, no, I don't like baked shadows because they're always shiny. She's like, no, there are mattes. And I was like, no, there's not. None in a baked palette. And she's like, actually, there is. So we looked at the description online because she got this from Macy's, I think. Sure enough, it was, they said they have mattes, and I thought they didn't, or they couldn't, and now I'm using this palette, and yeah, there's some mattes in here. Pretty good mattes, too. Alright, so now that I have the deepest color, like at the top of the crease, to really make a good little gradient, I'm going to take the Elizabeth Mott blending brush, and I'm just going to blend all of these shades together, before I go get my concealer to carve out my lid. Alright, okay. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to carve out my lid at the Glam station. I'll be right back. Alright, y'all. So while I was applying my concealer to carve out my crease, I noticed that the concealer went right over the darkest color I put in my crease. And y'all know today I really want a deep crease, so I'm going to just dip back into Baccara, and I'm going to put it... It's not so much on this eye. The other eye is where it like went straight over it. And the reason that happened is because I like to just relax my eyelid and let the color transfer itself when I want to do a cut crease. So that way I know exactly where it's going to be, and it's just, I don't have to fight it. And I hate fighting my own face. It's annoying and it takes forever, and you're never going to win that fight. So therefore, I just let it do it on its own. But then it went right over where I had that deepest brown color. So I just wanted to kind of touch that up a little. And I'm also going to go back in with that color... Tiffany, this like dusty kind of rose. That's, if I could call this palette one thing, I'd probably call it dusty. It's all the shades are like very muted, very dusty, but absolutely beautiful. It's like the dusty version of the Modern Renaissance palette. And I don't want to say, I'm not saying those of y'all that are not that into makeup, are into colors and shades and stuff. When I say dusty, I don't mean like bad. I mean like the colors have a more gray or brown hint to it, and it's more muted. Okay, I think that's pretty good, right? Yeah, y'all can see it now. So what we're going to do with this is, this poor little shader brush has seen better days. She's been through it. This is the one I use every time I do any kind of glitter look. This Born This Way concealer is like tacky. Oh, if you guys want to see any of the makeup that I'm using on my face today, you guys can check that. I'm going to put it down below in the description. So everything I use on and off camera today is going to be listed there, just a heads up. So I'm going to go with the Bogas Shade Flat Shader Brush to pick up the shade Bourbon. I might even try it on my hand because, you know, I have a special love for bourbon since I'm from Louisiana. Spent a lot of time in New Orleans. If it's not strong enough, I'll hit it with the brush. With the spray to try to make it pick up a little more, because again, these freaking, what's it called, baked shadows. Ooh, that's pretty. No, it wasn't. And what I'm doing, again, I say this every time, but just in case y'all aren't familiar, I'm just going to pack it on instead of doing left and right. I'm just literally packing this onto here. It is not as shiny on the eye as it is in the pan, though. I will tell y'all that. I don't want to have y'all believing something and be like, oh my god, and then get home and it's like, oh crap. Well, Glam with Marti said it was shiny and beautiful and da-da-da-da, and it's not. So I don't want to do that to you guys. Bourbon is a pretty color, and I'm leaving the middle open. Y'all already kind of know the deal. I don't know why I'm telling y'all this again. But for our color, we're going to put in the center, which I think is going to be Cabaret or Scarlata. So Bourbon, I'm just kind of wiggling the brush around in here. I'm being careful because Candlelight is very loose already. And y'all know I have a history of having pans fall out on camera, which is good. I actually like when that happens on first impressions, because then companies can't come back and say, well, you did this and you did that. No, you watched me take it out of the package on camera and it fell out. So you did this and you did that. How about them apples? So, okay. All right. So we have Bourbon laid down. I love that color Bourbon. It's a stunner. And the reason with glitter, sometimes I use my fingers, but I want a clean line right here at the top. and it's impossible for me to get a clean line with my fingers. You know, it's very hard, as you can imagine. Now I'm gonna take this Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. I think this is actually a lip brush, but I use it as a eyeshadow brush. So I'm gonna use it, well, I use it for any kind of cream product. I'm gonna go with Scarlata. I wonder if they, like, do they make these words up like Modern Renaissance? I have an art degree, so Modern Renaissance, I knew a lot of it because they did pull a lot of, you know, terms, artist names, techniques from the Renaissance, so those I knew. But these I'm not familiar with. Scarlata. It almost sounds more like drinks, like well, you know, bourbon. And I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just packing that color on. That color is pretty. I can Scarlata on to the center where we left that hole. I'm gonna kick it up a notch too in a minute with this color. I mean, not with this color, but with this palette, I'm going to dip into another even lighter color and put it in the center of the center, so we have a nice gradient. Scarlata, I will tell y'all, it's more of an orange instead of like a red. I like that. Now, with my finger application situation, I want to go with, let's go with Cabaret. Cabaret's been calling me. It looks like a nice shimmery pink here. It's like a bit of a letdown on the finger. Let's see if it's like that on the, don't really see it doing much of anything. I don't know about that one, Cabaret. Don't like it did much. Like, it doesn't look bad, but it just doesn't look. It's not doing anything. It's not doing bad. It's not doing good. It's not doing crap. I'm just going back to get some more up at the top where my lid is, because, I mean, where my crease starts, because it looks like the colors. I'm going to actually put a little bit of bourbon right at the top, make like a bridge. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. Ooh, what do we think, y'all? So now I want to go into Candlelight, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to use that same brush I used, that Anastasia Beverly Hills lip brush. And I just want to pop some into my brow highlight, because that shade had been calling me since I saw the palette yesterday when my mom got it. I feel like we need an eye contour, so I'm going to probably go back into Baccarat. Is it Baccarat? Can't be Baccarat. There's no T in it. Maybe it's Baccarat. I don't know. I'll say Baccarat. It sounds better than Baccarat. Okay guys, so I don't have my contour brush. I don't know where it is, so I'm going to just use the slanted brush that I used to pull it into the crease. I'm going to use that instead. And I'm going to go with Baccarat again. You guys know when you have a palette and you get hard pan, every baked shadow is going to be like that. Baked products are like that. That's what they do. They're supposed to be hard pan. And that's how they get those beautiful, rich glitters and stuff. But like, it takes a long time to like coax out color in a baked palette, which is why I don't mess with them that much. They're not my favorite kinds of palettes to use. That's why y'all have never seen me with a baked eyeshadow formula on here. All right, y'all, so I think we can go and do some more of my look, and then I'll be back to review this with you guys. We're gonna go over everything and review it all together. Before I do that, we're gonna swatch, so I want to show you guys the amount of pressure I'm gonna be applying on the swatches, because I'm gonna do my whole arm off camera. We have what, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, we have 14 shades, so I'm gonna probably do 7 on each arm, but I just want to show you guys so y'all can see the amount of pressure I'll be applying to these, like around twice. I'll do the first 3 with y'all, and then the rest I'm just gonna do off camera. It just takes too long. This is Candlelight, Alba, Mondial. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest now off camera. I'll show you when it's done. Alright y'all, so I'm back. I have a good bit of my makeup done. Real quick, I do have to mention to y'all, because this is a review, Bourbon and what was the other color? Scarlata. I think they faded a good bit since I applied it the first time. So I just brought the brush back to kind of apply a little more. That could be that it doesn't last long. It could be that concealer I used. I've used that concealer before though without this problem, but I find it's definitely first applied it. So I'm just reapplying a little bit just to deepen. I did want to tell y'all that because I haven't been at this too long. I'm shooting other videos, so I'm going back and forth between looks and stuff, so like setting up is different because I have to stop and do that. But yes, I just wanted to let y'all know that in case I forget to say it in the ending. Still very beautiful. Now the only place I really noticed this was the lids. The creases seem to be okay. That's also the only place I have shimmer, except the brow bone, which the brow bone is doing fine right now, but just something to tell y'all about. So now I want to go into Mondial, this pretty gold shade right here, and I want to use that, my JH39 brush that I use every time I do my eyeshadow, because it is the perfect inner eye highlight brush. It puts it right where I need it. So yeah, see that? That's gorgeous. That's pretty. This shade could probably be like a good highlighter. Like if you apply right here, that would be a pretty... I don't want to use it for something it's not meant for yet because, you know, it's the first time I use it and I want to give it a fair shot. I want to go with Frutello, which is this shade right here. It's like a reddy, orangey matte shade. Oh, that's loose too. Everything is loose in here. A lot of the pans, y'all, are pretty loose. So I'm just going to stamp that on my lash line. Using my go-to to stamp, the Morphe M165 brush. This is not giving me a lot of lash line color. Ugh. Okay, good. So that looks pretty. So I'm going to leave this alone now. I'm going to go finish my look and we will come back to do the final review. All right, y'all. So this is my finished look. Using the eyeshadow palette. This is the eyeshadow look I created with it. So let's talk about this palette. Okay, let me preface this by saying I do not like baked formulas on eyeshadows. It takes too long to build up the color, all that stuff, and all that stuff rung true for this one as well. I do like the shimmers. I think they're beautiful. The mattes are really good, which I'm surprised because I've never heard of a baked matte, but I really like what it did. But I just don't like that I have to dig and dig and dig to get pigment out, and then I don't like that I have to pat and pat and pat and pat to build it up on the lid. I like that it's buildable, but like for me, I don't need buildable. I know what I want to do, so just give me my color and let me go with it. So I'm gonna give this one 3 out of 5 diamonds. I wanted to give it 4 because of the price point, but that's not fair because like if you spend $25 on a palette and it's not good, you still wasted $25. So I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 diamonds. Again, probably not their fault. I don't like baked eyeshadows, but this is for my mom. She wanted me to review it for her, so mama, I don't like it, but you're gonna like it probably. Like I said, the shimmers, it's a beautiful palette. The color story is beautiful. The packaging is beautiful. I just don't like the actual product. The baked shadows, I just don't like them. So thank y'all so much for joining me tonight here on Glam with Marti. I really appreciate it. I think this is the first set of videos that have the Christmas with Marti situation going on back here, the upstairs glam room tree. Other social media is going to be linked down below, as well as discount codes, and you know, I'm gonna link this down below if you guys want to check it out. I'm gonna link that eyeshadow palette down below as well. Also my BoxyCharm link is in there. All that stuff is gonna be down there. Also everything I'm wearing on my face today is gonna be linked down below. Yeah, I guess that's it, guys. Please like the video if you liked the video. Please subscribe if you like what you see on the channel, because at 500 subs I'm going to be giving away a brand new in the box Dossier perfume. I believe the scent is floral marshmallow. So that when I get to 500 subs, giving that away. So yeah, I guess that's it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. Rowan, Mimi loves you. Thank you for watching my video, baby. I love you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.